Hello, beautiful beings, and welcome in to a solo episode with just me. Today is, I'm saying just me as if you know who's speaking. It's Nikki. I'm assuming you guys know our voices by now. Today is going to be a really beautiful transmission. It's going to be a channeled message with a card reading that is specifically designed for those who are feeling like they're searching for their purpose. They're feeling like they're at this point of their life where they want to feel something deeper in the day to day. And I really don't know what's about to come through in this episode, but I'm trusting and I'm moving to the side and allowing this light, this information to channel through me because I do feel like this message is specifically meant for you. And I am so happy that you're plugged into this. I'm so happy that you're here. I'm so grateful that you're here. Thank you for trusting the world of Om, for trusting me, for trusting Bella as your guides on this journey. We are so happy that you are here with us. And we are just so in our own gifts and in our own mission and purpose to serve you. So thank you for being here along for the journey. Now, I don't want to make this episode too long because I want you guys to listen to this and plug into this and get a lot out of it, but it's going to be quick. It's going to be something that you need to hear and it's going to hit. I have my favorite Oracle card deck here that I have done a pull with on this podcast before, and I'm going to lean on these cards when Spirit prompts me to, but for now, I'm going to let the message come through. Right before I started this podcast episode, recording it, I had a visual come through of a lighthouse. And I know this is like a classic analogy that is used amongst the spiritual path where people are searching for the light when in reality they are the lighthouse where the light is. And this visual is coming to mind with the topic of searching for purpose. When we come into this earth realm, there is so much conditioning and so much, I'll just leave it at that. So much conditioning in terms of purpose and mission and career. And we live in this world where people are so focused on, let's say, making money or gaining power or even just attaining freedom that we become so focused on the things that are actually the natural byproduct of us being in our purpose and being in flow and serving the collective, that we forget to actually think about what the purpose is, what our mission is. And we take on this mission of, okay, I just have the mission of gaining a bunch of money. I just have the mission of feeling freedom in my life. I just have the mission of becoming famous. And sure, these can be things that maybe you did come down here to experience those, and that is your mission. But I'm going to go out on a limb here and guess that if you are plugged into this podcast, if you're plugged into this transmission, those things that I'm listing are natural byproducts that occur. Maybe not, maybe it's just a few of those things, whatever it is, when we actually just focus on the actual purpose and the actual mission as to why it is we came here. You can imagine it like there is light within you that wants to be expressed outward. And when we let that light express outward, we then attract all of the things that we deem as light, that we deem as freedom, that we deem as abundance. We bring that in by shining our light outward. So if you're someone who is plugged into the world of spirituality and consciousness and elevating the collective consciousness and being on this path of purpose and alignment, it is so easy to get caught up in the thinking of, okay, like, let me just be on a path where I can achieve freedom and I can make the most money and live a really special and magical life. Which again, yes, I am not here to shame anyone that feels like that is their purpose in life. But I do want to shine light on the fact that these things naturally arise in our path when we focus on being of service, when we focus on the things that make us feel so good to give to others, when we focus on the light that is within us and how we can just share that light. Imagine this lighthouse that has this beautiful bright light inside, and people are using their light to search for where the money is, to search for where the freedom is. When if they just focused on turning inwards, they would strengthen that light so much that it would illuminate the entire world and it would show you everything that you desire. And that's not even the goal. That's not even the point of it. The point is that when we shine our light outward, it feels so good and it impacts other people in a positive and beautiful way. It is so easy to overcomplicate this journey of purpose and mission. And why did I come down here? When in the simplest terms, we all came down here to shine our light. Some people shine their light outward by connecting in and having it expressed outward onto a canvas. Some people shine their light by taking beautiful photos and sharing that with people in a way that that light is then felt by the person that is looking at them. Some people share their light by sitting in a meditative state and receiving beautiful wisdom from the higher realms and sending that out into the collective. Some people share their light by being mothers or fathers or a guiding light for someone else. This is how simple it is. We overcomplicate it when we bring in all of the, oh my goodness, okay, how am I going to make money? How am I going to make this work? How is this going to unfold? How do I get to this point? I'm at A, but I need to get to Z. Whoa. These are all stories of the ego. The ego is the one worrying about the path. The ego is the one stressing about how it's going to happen. I have learned so deeply on this path that as soon as you focus on what actually matters, everything else falls into place. You are taken care of. You are held. There's these universal hands. Like I literally imagine these very beautiful, elegant. There's like one beautiful, elegant feminine hand, and then there's one masculine, very like fatherly hand that comes in and literally holds you. There are so many people that are wasting all of their beautiful light and all of their energy thinking about the how, thinking about how is this going to work? How can I wake up and clench my fists and make this work? The universe wants you to unclench your fists. The universe wants you to lean in and feel your own light. Feel your own unique essence that lives within your being right here in this very moment. And begin to ask yourself, how can I let this light shine through? There are unique ways that you came here to share light that no one else can. There are unique ways that you came here to express the fractal that you are. When Bella and I refer to the fractal of light that you are, it is the piece of consciousness that you are. You can imagine this universal consciousness, this large light that is all around us. You have that light within you. It is the purest essence of who you are. When we think about purpose and mission, we came here to light up the world. We came here to share this light with other people. And I am telling you, when you let go of the how and you let go of needing this entire logical plan that is going to map you out perfectly from A to Z, there are forces that come in and take care of you. Being in your magic and in your flow is when you are focused on the inner energy and putting that out and being in your magic. When we take our energy and we bring it and we think about the how, all of a sudden we are allocating this precious energy into places that it isn't actually best expressed. Yes, there's logic sometimes. And yes, there is thinking about how things are going to work out or to reason or to bring rationale into the situation. Of course, but it has its proper place once we understand what is actually the guiding force. You are already the light. Please do not doubt the unique essence that you carry within. Please do not doubt the pureness of your soul that is already existing right here in this very moment. There's nothing you need to do to become more light, to become more whole, to become more worthy of sharing your gifts, to become more worthy of sharing your light. There is nothing you need to do to become more of that because it's impossible to. You already are. When we say I am, the words I am, they're the closest thing we can get to actually feeling the expansiveness of what we truly are. We're this limitless energy. Anything you put after the words I am is what you are confining your limitless nature to. So just feel into that I am statement without putting anything after it. I am. I am. And you feel the expansive energy that is within you. Your purpose, your path is not out in the future. It is something that you can access in every given moment. You are so unique and so special. I don't even think we can understand the full extent of that. You are so unique and so special. The way that you naturally move through life that just feels so effortless to you, you probably don't even think about it. Those are your gifts. The things that people would pay money for to figure out how to do, you're able to do them so effortlessly. You are so unique. Think about the time that you were born and all of the specific energies that were in play with the planetary alignment and the way that those energies impacted how your soul came into your physical body. That very second. And the line of souls that were before you, the body that you came into, your ancestors, all of these things play a very divine part in your specific blueprint. The family line that you were born into, the time that you were born, the body that you are in now, the location that you were born. This was all a part of the plan. You have very unique and specific gifts within you that the universe wants you to tap into. It is not something you need to even learn more of. It's something you need to trust. Okay, this is coming through real strong, and this is something that has been so active on my own journey. We think that we need to learn how to express who we are or our purpose. And sure, maybe there are moments in our journey where we fine tune our craft. But your gifts are innate to you, and the journey of accessing them and unlocking them and unleashing them to the world is more of a journey of trust and surrender. I have been tapping into learning about my own individual gifts. And I've been reading up on my human design gifts and really leaning into the magic that I hold as a unique individual. In the past, I would doubt the way that I did things. I would write an email and it would take me so fucking long because I was doubting all my words. Even this podcast, there were moments when I was recording solo episodes and I would literally have to do 10 takes. This is my first try, by the way. It's not even a try, it just is. The reason why that has shifted is because I have this deep trust in me as a conduit of light. When we make it about our ego self, of oh, this is about me being so good at something, it puts a lot of pressure on us. Because all of a sudden now it's us doing it alone. I want you to think about your gifts as the way that the universe comes in and co-creates with you and says, hey, I'm going to extend out, create this energetic cord for you to then transmute light in this specific way. Think about someone who does photography. They have a way of working with a camera, of maybe posing people or maybe taking photos of objects that allows light to transmute from that lens into the photo. There's a particular way that light is transmuted and sent out. The being becomes the conduit. The being becomes the channel for that light. Trusting and owning your gifts is trusting the way that light wants to channel through you. When you trust and surrender and know that you have very special ways of letting that light come through, all of a sudden the mind gets out of the way. I have completely removed my ego from the situation and allowing this light to come through. Is it going to come in here and there? Of course. Am I going to attach onto those thoughts? No, I let them go. This is how we begin to trust and harness into our gifts. When we understand once we get out of our way, once we let the ego take a back seat, we become clear conduits for that light to come through. I want you to think about right now, what is the thing that there's this polarity with, where sometimes you feel so in flow And then sometimes you feel like your ego is raging with it. You feel like your ego is overthinking. You feel like your ego is analyzing and criticizing and maybe being a little too critical to the point where you just completely stop doing the thing. That's probably one of your gifts. The thing that we feel so in flow with, but then at some points the ego comes in and takes a hold. That's like the beginning journey of understanding what we came here to do. You are so unique and you are so special. And I want you to start trusting the way that you feel in flow as the things that are guiding you towards unlocking your gifts. They don't even need to be unlocked. I'm going to take back that language because that makes it seem like they're locked up in a cage somewhere and you need to find some secret key to go unlock them. They're already there. Even right now, state to yourself, I trust that my gifts are here. I trust that my gifts are activated. I fully know and feel the light coming through me at all moments. Confidence in terms of purpose and mission is just that inner knowing that you have special and unique ways that light wants to come through you, and you claim that. You own that because you understand that every single being also has their own unique way and you are not more special than other people. You understand, oh my goodness, look at the beauty of that person sharing their own light. Look at this beautiful piece of music. I saw an artist on Instagram. It was a video that went mega viral. I think her name is Aura. Aura. I'm going to actually link this below. She is an artist that came across my Reels Explore page, and I was watching a video of her in a forest. I'm sure there are going to be people that are listening to this, and they're like, I saw that video because I think it had like 1 million likes on it. She's singing in a forest, and all of a sudden she's surprised by a choir of men that completely enclose her in a circle, and they all start singing together. And you can feel her soul coming through her voice. There are certain artists where you can just feel their soul is literally transmuted through their vocal cords into the ethers, into the collective. And when you listen to that music, you taste that light. That is how I felt watching this video. I just kept watching it. And then I went to her Spotify page and I was listening to her music and I was like, oh my goodness, this girl is a clear conduit for light. She uses her throat chakra to express that. And it is so beautiful to get to taste another person's light because it reminds you of your own light within. When someone is sharing a piece of art that they made, a painting, and someone is so like they're impacted by looking at that, that is because they're tasting the light that person painted onto that canvas. You came here to share your light in a specific way. Now I'm going to do a card pull, and I want you to just fully receive what is being shared. I'm going to call forward the highest frequencies of love and light, and any specific guides or angels of you, the listener. I want you to call forward your own angels and guides and also your higher self, calling them directly into this experience, calling in the highest frequencies of love and light. And if you can, if you're driving, do not do this, but just close your eyes and just place your hand over your heart and just declare that you want to call in your guides. They really respect your free will, so you have to call upon them, calling in the highest frequencies of love and light, and any guides that want to come forward and share a message through these cards. We're going to do a 3-card pull and letting our intuition guide us. Okay, beautiful. You may open your eyes and we're going to come back into this beautiful now moment. And I'm just going to pull from the top 3 cards. That's how I'm going to do it. I have them face down. Okay. Whew. Here we go. The first card, I have actually never pulled this card. Dance with Life. And the image is 2 ladies in beautiful flowy dresses dancing with this beautiful arch doorway above them. Okay, dance with life. When you think about your purpose and mission, there is an energy within you. an energy that is always pulling you. It's like a curiosity. When you dance with life, you're feeling that energy come into your vessel, almost like imagine you're dancing with someone in like a waltz position. You, as the feminine, are being guided by that masculine energy. And you can imagine someone who's dancing and being guided by that energy, they're flowing with it. Oh, you go this way? We go this way. Oh, you're going to hold my back as we dip? We're going to dip. Your path of purpose and mission is being able to dance with life. It is an energy that's coming through you and it's going to be pulling you in certain directions. The mind is so fixed thinking, okay, if we live in this one, this is coming through so fast right now. Whew, okay. The mind is like, if we live in this one location, we can't move here. We can't move from here. We have to stay here. This is the logical reason. I just started this lease. I need to stay here. When you put yourself on the path of alignment, you have to be willing to dance with life. You have to be willing to get those intuitive nudges and to move. You have to be willing to listen to those hits of the guidance coming through you and to actually lean in or to lean back or to take the step forward or to take the step back or to the right or to the left. And it creates this dance with life. From personal experience, being on this journey with the OM podcast with Bella, we dance with life every single day. We listen to those intuitive nudges, and we get that hit and we make a move. We literally got the hit last week, a few days ago, to make a new meditation called the Quantum Mission Activation. And this is literally the perfect time to share this. By the way, I'm just going to drop this here quickly and you can look at it yourself after, but it's a meditation that has like house music, melodic house music, a breath journey. It's fucking insane. And it's a journey to help people remember why they came here, their mission and their purpose. We got the idea for that and we made moves on it. Next thing you know, next day we're recording it. We're setting up all of the back end stuff. We made a move. We got the idea. We made a move. When you have this unwavering commitment to your mission and your purpose, light is going to want to move through you. Light is going to push you to go to an event. Life is going to push you to pick up your paintbrush, to pick up the camera, to pick up the microphone. When we dance with life, we are willing to lean into the spontaneous moments of creation. The ego and the mind is going to come in and try and make sense of things. It's going to say, oh, this doesn't make sense, or that, you can't do that. This won't lead to this, so you might as well not do it. You have to be willing to take the initiative of dancing with that energy, even when it feels like it doesn't make sense. Because light moves, it flows. Look how this image is. These women are tossing their dresses up. And it is so flowy and carefree. The path of mission and purpose isn't rigid. There's logic, there's reason that comes in, but it is flowy. And in order to be able to go with that flow, you really have to let go. You have to let go of the part of yourself that thinks it needs the entire rigid plan. You have to let go of the part of yourself that isn't trusting how taken care of you will be and already are. Dancing with life is enjoying the process. It is having a challenge in front of you and asking, where can I lean in with levity, with grace, with joy, with love and gratitude that this challenge is even in front of me? Dancing with life is seeing the down and negative moments as opportunities to soften into your heart. Dancing with life is a willingness to go to your edges. It's a willingness to feel fear and to have the ego rage, but to continue to literally dip. Imagine someone dancing and they're dipping back. Where in life are you being asked to dip? Where in life are you being asked to trust? Think about the trust that that feminine figure that's dancing has with the masculine that's guiding them. When they lean back, they are trusting that that arm is going to be under them. There is a place where the arm wants to come through in your own life. There is a place that you are being asked to let go and drop and dip back and surrender. But the ego's coming in. It's saying, I don't know. I don't know. Trust, surrender, dance with life. I also want to say there's something coming through here about the joy and the love that we feel and like this energy that we access as soon as we're in that flow state and we're just letting that light come through. Even if you're someone that's listening to this and you're like, I've never really experienced being in my gifts. Okay, what I would ask you is what makes you feel lit the fuck up in life? What makes you feel so in the present moment? Lean into that. Even if someone is going to tell you, oh, there's no money in that. Oh, that doesn't make sense. Or you get made fun of by your family or friends. It doesn't matter. This is your unique blueprint. This is your unique journey, your unique path. It is not meant to look like everyone else's. If it's looking like everyone else's, it's probably the wrong path. I think I've said that before, but that's a message that everyone needs to hear again and again. Your path is going to look so unique and so special as it already does. Okay, let's go into this next card. Okay, the next card is Awakening. It is a beautiful image of a woman floating up on her back into the sky, into the abyss, with a crescent moon in the corner, and her long blonde hair is flowing downward, and she is in complete surrender and letting this force pull her up. Being in alignment with your purpose and your mission is an awakening. It is an initiation at its finest. When you are going through the process of letting light come through and you are saying, I am going to open myself up to become a channel of light to serve the collective. Essentially what you are doing is you are checking off the box of I am ready to awaken. Because here's the thing, you got your 3D ego self, and that is going to want to take hold of this journey. But in order to let the light come through and to allow yourself to be a clear conduit for this light, it takes a path of awakening to that light. You have to understand that you are light. If you're still identifying with the ego and with the fears and with the mind, which is totally fine, there's moments in life where we have these oscillations where it's completely actually like divine and necessary that we do identify with the ego for a bit. So I don't want to put shame there or make you feel like that's not a divine part of this path, because it definitely is. But what the path of awakening is, it's remembering the truest essence of who you are. You are a fractal of light that came down into this 3D body to experience the earth realm. And it is so important that you are continuously awakening to that truth. Because your mission and your purpose, think of it as that lighthouse. If a lighthouse doesn't understand that the light is within, you can imagine the light is going to be a little bit dulled. And then all of a sudden we're awakening, we're remembering the truest essence of who we are as this limitless soul, this light being. And now that light can come out even more. Think about the difference in this episode if I did not know that I could be a conduit of light. The message would be duller, dimmed. Awakening to your light is when we remember the truest essence of who we are so that our creations can actually reflect that. This path of awakening is constantly questioning the ego mind. It's constantly softening into your heart to give love and compassion to the ego mind. When the fears come up, you do not shame yourself for feeling them. When you're going through a chapter of darkness, you do not shame yourself for being in that chapter of darkness. You say, wow, okay, this is so beautiful. This is a portal, an opportunity for me to soften. Where am I being gifted an opportunity to send love and light and deeper remembering to a part of my psyche? The journey of putting the soul in the front seat is a journey of first seeing how the ego is in the front seat. You have to become aware of that. This is so beautiful that this card came up because awakening is literally side by side with this journey. And it never stops. It never ends. You are always continuously awakening to deeper levels of remembering, to deeper inner knowings of how much light you actually are. Like, I am just scratching the surface of remembering this. You are just scratching the surface of remembering this. We're all just scratching the surface of remembering how powerful we actually are. You are limitless. I don't know how else I can say that. You are limitless. Awakening is the path of remembering that you are light. And when we're on this path of purpose and mission, as we awaken to that light within, then we can trust as it comes through. We can trust the way that it wants to be expressed, because then taking a photo is not just taking a photo. It's you feeling into the magic of your inner being as you're clicking the button on the camera, as you're capturing that moment. And all of a sudden, the photo becomes so much brighter. There are moments where our ego can take hold on our creations, and that's okay. But when we remember the light within us and we get to become conduits of that and share that with the world, our creations, they are next level. It's like how I felt watching that girl sing in the woods. I'm like, wow. It's almost like she has this deep remembering of her truest essence. And when she's singing, she just lets that flow through. It's not even about her. Let's look at this third card. Okay. This is so beautiful. Okay, this is the Star Mother card. And this aligns perfectly with what I was just saying. How can you mother yourself? There are going to be moments on this journey where you feel darkness come into play. This is the divine part of the path. When you're on your path of alignment, your soul wants to evolve. It wants to grow. When I first started this journey, and let's say I was back sitting in my corporate office, signing up for my first health coaching certification, the egos and the fears are going to come in. And all of a sudden, I remember I was like self-sabotaging. I like signed up for the program and I was like going through this whole cycle of self-sabotaging because it's like I like pushed my edge, and then all of a sudden my ego was like, what are you doing? And it was trying to stabilize with its current belief systems of what I was capable of. And I would shame myself so much. I would feel so much guilt for feeling like I was backtracking on my journey. And then I started to recognize, whoa, I'm on a path where I am continuously pushing my edges, where I am continuously challenging the darkest parts of my psyche and what my subconscious believes to be true. When you are being guided by light within, when you're listening to your intuition, when you're listening to your inner compass, you are going to be pushed up against the darkest parts of your psyche. You're going to be pushed up against the deepest subconscious perceptions and identities and belief systems because you're being guided by something bigger. It is going to be uncomfortable. This card, when I look at this card, Star Mother, how can you mother yourself? You have to. Like, I am saying this, like, I don't normally use this type of language of like have to, need to, should. You have to become your own loving mother figure during the dark chapters where you are feeling like you're being pushed to the darkest parts of your psyche. You have to learn how to soften. And you're doing amazing at it already. Give yourself credit. Use this as an opportunity to soften. Where in your life are you already mothering yourself in such a beautiful way? How can you do more of that? Going back to this example of this memory of me kind of like self-sabotaging and going through these cycles, it's like I put myself on this path where I was like, okay, I want to be a health coach. I want to do this. And then I found myself self-sabotaging. I would go through months of like totally disconnecting myself from my work because I wasn't believing I was capable. And I would feel all this shame for like maybe sharing on Instagram. And I was like, did I share too much? Did I share too much? And it's like this ego would come in and tell me that the way I was sharing my light was not the way I was meant to be doing it. And I would believe those stories, and I would be sent into these downward spirals where I would completely disconnect myself from what made me feel good. And I have learned on this path that the more we can soften in those chapters and step in as the loving mother figure to reparent ourselves in moments where we need it, all of a sudden that shame dissolves. All of a sudden, when we're in an ego oscillation where we're facing darkness, we can actually bounce with this lightness because it's not this football coach mentality of like, get the fuck up. What are you doing? You shouldn't be feeling this way. We soften and we mother ourselves and we say, oh my goodness, this makes sense. We're growing, we're expanding, we're going out of our comfort zone. This is meant to come up. It's coming up for me. What is this part of me fearing? How can I listen with love and compassion How can I soften into my heart when I'm feeling the depth of shame or guilt or anxiety or fear? How can I actually step in as a mother figure and give this part of me presence and love, and maybe take out my journal and let this part of me just speak, let the ego rip? And then how can I hold myself with so much love and compassion because I know that I'm always doing the best I can with what I have? How can I love and give myself so much grace and patience because I know that I'm always showing up to the best of my ability? How can I love and give myself compassion and grace because I understand that this journey is a constant ebb and flow? You're not meant to be riding a high all the time. If you're someone who's so sensitive and in tune with your emotions like how I am, of course there's going to be chapters where you feel the depth of your emotions. It is okay. Give yourself grace. You're doing freaking incredible. When I look at these 3 cards, I see this energy of like flexibility. And I think that's the biggest invitation that's coming through with this message. We're meant to be flexible on this path. When we think about mission and purpose, we think, okay, I just need to like figure out what it is, and I'm on this path and there's success from day one, and that's just it. This is a journey of constant awakening. Like literally, it does not stop. The unknowns never stop. You never stop feeling like there is unknown in front of you. You never stop feeling like there are things that are scary and expansive in front of you. You just get better at playing the game. You understand, oh my goodness, okay, I'm in a level where like there's this unknown and how exciting, like what miracles can come through in that unknown. Okay, I'm in a level where this is like now the challenging thing where maybe I'm facing this type of resistance or this type of fear. Amazing. Where am I being asked to grow and expand? You just understand the game never stops. And it's fun and it's expansive and it gets to be this joyful ride where you're always learning and evolving and shedding. It is when our ego makes meaning out of facing darkness or being in a lull or a chapter of emotion that we get all thrown off. We get tripped up and we think that this is meaning something negative. It's all a part of the path. It's a softening. It's an understanding that you are always in alignment with your purpose and mission because it's actually impossible not to be. It is just the purest essence of who you are, and it is always present. It is our awareness of that light, our gifts, our mission, our purpose, that makes it feel like it's either on or off. You're in your mission and purpose just by listening to this right now. There are ways that you can show up and to activate this light every single day. The things that make you feel good, do more of them. The things that make you feel good when you're serving and showing up for others, do more of those. I promise the path unfolds. It's not meant to be known right from day one. You literally unravel your path with every single step you take. You just need to follow that first point of curiosity. You need to follow your highest excitement. You literally get to. This is why we're here. It's a fun, immersive game. And you're here to share your light. Now I'm going to pull one last card from this deck, which I see as more of a masculine energy deck. And it is what I like to say as guidance from a higher self, a little bit more of like a directional action oriented. Some of the cards are not, so we'll see where we're being guided. One final note to leave off on. Oh, this card just fell out, so we're going to go with that. And it's not as masculine and action oriented as I thought. It is deep down. Your mission and your purpose is not out there. It is within you right here in this very moment. It is something that you get to discover by going inwards and by sharing what you find in the collective. It's an inward contraction and then an outward expansion. If you're going through a dark chapter right now, it's because you're being gifted the opportunity to explore your inner world. When we make a negative meaning about that, that's when we get tripped up in the ego and the shame and the I shouldn't be here, I shouldn't be experiencing this. What if actually you're in the perfect place to be discovering what is deep down within you? This is a topic that is so alive for Bella and I. It is something that we think we came here to help others with, is to remember their purpose and their mission. Know that we are here with you. We will always be a source of light for you to remember, to remind yourself that you came down into this earth realm with a very specific mission. And when I say the word specific, it's not so like, oh, there's this one thing. You came here to shine light in a very specific way that is unique to your individual blueprint. Now, the last and final thing that I will share is we have something very, very exciting for you. And I was telling Bella, I was like, I am going to record a solo episode. I kind of am feeling very activated by this topic of purpose and mission because of what we just created. And I was like, this would be the perfect place to share what we just created. Like I mentioned in this episode, we had an intuitive hit to create a breathwork, meditation, melodic house music sound journey to help people remember why they came here. We scripted it out. We had something coming through us. We planned out the music. We recorded it, and we had it done in like 42 hours. And it was such a beautiful journey to create. Bella did the editing on this one and she sent it over to me, and I started to cry as I listened to it because of how powerful the messages are lined up with the music. We feel like this is a powerful journey and meditation that is going to really supplement the conversation that we just had in an incredible way. We feel something big with this meditation, with this journey, and we are so excited for you to listen to it. We cannot wait to hear what comes through. It was set live today. You should have gotten an email. And also we have it live on our YouTube. And you can also go down to the show notes and download it below. It's an incredible journey. And I just want to leave this message for you guys to tune into it and to reach out to us and share what it is that you have tapped into. And I want you to know that there is a divine reason that your light is in your physical vessel right here in this very moment. That curiosity you're feeling, that inner knowing that you're meant to be leaning into certain actions is no coincidence. Nothing is a coincidence here. It is all a part of your path. Trust what is coming through. You are such a powerful being. It is time for you to understand and see that yourself. You are beyond powerful. Like, I cannot even put it into words. They don't even do it justice. And know that we are here. Outside of the Omi's Oasis membership, we have a mastermind membership. It is a place where people gather to remember and to activate their purpose and their mission. We have specific trainings that we release every month. We have specific calls with the mastermind group, and these are going to become a bit more structured. We're going to have the trainings released, then we're going to have a call to go over those trainings and to integrate our findings. You're going to walk away with the first call in the month with a very action-oriented step of what you can work on for the month. And then we're actually going to be adding a second call that is going to be talking about how that action went for you. You're going to have an opportunity to connect with other beings in the community, the mastermind. And this is outside of the Omi's Oasis. This is the Quantum Creator tier. Is specifically meant for people that really want to hit home with activating their purpose and their mission. And it's meant for people that maybe you don't have a business yet. Maybe you're just exploring because you have that inner knowing that you came down here to do some big, crazy shit. You came down here to be bold, and you're ready to activate that boldness. So know that we are here for you. We are here to support you in this journey. There are so many resources that we have, free resources. We have the Oasis that is only $14.99, and we have this Quantum Creator tier that is specifically meant for people that are exploring their path in big ways. And I just want you to know that these resources are available to you always. And we are so excited to be on this path with you. Thank you so much for tuning into this. Thank you so much for listening to this channel message, for opening your heart with me. And I will see you next week.